This is Reverend Joseph Andrew Jensen again. Again, it's to Elon Musk. It's actually this wants to the world too. Elon, I I don't know if I was very clear enough. I looked at the video again. Important. No killing. Nobody kills. Even the worst of the worst of the worst man. Mass murderer, I don't care what anything. Everybody has their DNA inside them. With everybody from your immediate family to your ancestors, they die. God dies when you kill that person. All the unborn die. Thousands die when anybody gets killed. I said that you have the precision to take out airfields of planes, jets, everything. You have the air superiority where you develop something that flies at Mach 7. Come on. Nobody can touch you. When you take out airfields, things where tanks are, weapons, you can take out a nuclear arsenal. You see what I'm saying? You can surgically control every army in the world, but you'll be at war with the world, not with the world, but you'll be at war with the governments of the world. You're not at war with the world, you're in war with the governments of the world. And the governments have all overstepped their bounds. Every government's overstepped their bounds. Killing is wrong in any situation. My son just now got his car taken. He owes $1,400. I didn't think he was able to get to work. He said he couldn't get to work, but he was at work. They picked up his car at work. He owed he tonight he was gonna make a payment tomorrow for $500. They said no, they should take it away. That's what kind of company they are. He bought a car. He's been paying on it. It's almost 4 years. I think it is 3 or 4 years. It was a $5,000 car that was fixed for nothing. You know, it was a wrecked car, totaled car, but they got it fixed. So he had to pay full coverage insurance, and the insurance on a car like that is like doubled. So instead of $400 a month, he paid $800 a month for car insurance because it was a totaled out car that it was fixed. Of course, you couldn't tell it wasn't fixed. Of course, in perfect condition when you look at it. You know the thing about looking at the Carfax? Well, this is a company that works below that. And I live in a state where they allow that many states don't even allow somebody to sell replace a car that's been totaled. Fix it. Anyway, the point of the matter is that's my problems. Right now, I need to get in touch with you more importantly about the cost of lives. When you mention that these people like picking and choosing who lives and dies. No, you don't do that. You don't do that for Hamas. You don't do that for Hezbollah. You don't do that for Israel. You don't do that for nobody. China. When I talk about coming to you, I need to talk to you and tell you everything there is. I can tell you about God, and you will. there's no doubt in my mind you'll understand exactly who God is, because it's not rocket science. God lives inside you. It's not rocket science. How do you think you're breathing? Would electricity, any kind of other source of energy, ever care whether you can breathe or not, whether you can eat, whether you need to sleep? Nothing else cares. The only ones that care. You think you can't even think without God being inside you, firing the synapses of your brain. That's what I told you yesterday. The process of thinking is the highest sense we have. Not hearing, not smelling, not seeing, feeling. Those all in one are part of thinking, the highest source. You know, that's like we've had forgot about the five. We paid attention to the five senses, but not the source of the five senses. All of them combined thought. You think you smell something, God smelled it first. You think taste something, God tasted it first. I said God didn't have to pull the lever for the pain lever. Before that bullet hit your head, he could have pushed the button to shut your brain off. Then where are you? Well, you're not in the dark. Because anytime you go into that world, you're going into either you're going back to your family in DNA, or you're going into a dream world. I don't know. I never died. But I just recently saw my daughter died in 2022, my oldest daughter. She gave me COVID. I got over the COVID and she didn't. You don't think I would have rather been dead? Of course I would have. But not after the COVID, because the COVID got her to the place where she was going to lose both of her legs. That's the medical situation here is incredibly wrong. For a person to go in and watch her feet turn black as she's laid there in bed. Being in a hospital, you think that they have sense enough to stop that process. But no, they let it go on. That's how ignorant medicine is today. They had what they called the hyperbaric chamber, diver's chamber, to prevent gangrene. They could put parts of your body into a hyperbaric chamber and spread the poison of the gangrene that builds up around the area. They could have put it on a person, and you won't get gangrene. You won't lose your legs. It spreads the poison throughout the body by putting you in a driver's chamber. Furthermore, if it was a thing of being massaged and moving your feet every day, couldn't do that in a hospital. They couldn't keep. One of those little pedal machines that keep your feet, your circulation going. I don't care if she was in a thing. She wasn't in a coma. She was on a ventilator. It's the point. I'm saying medicine is so stupid now. And when she died, God died with her. The spirit leaves the body. God looks like spirit. It doesn't look like nothing. But believe me, you were talking about a source like electricity you can't see. But because that source, God, is in you, because that source is inside you, you can think. You can think, and you can hear stories, and he'll tell you stories. He'll challenge you your whole life and every moment you lived. God didn't have no hands. He didn't have no feet. He didn't have no mouth. But what he did have was the control of your hands and your feet and your mouth. Does that make any sense? Come on, it's not rocket science. When you took those first steps, who encouraged you to take those first steps and made it possible? God. I just told you, I built a 1,000 piece puzzle at 5 years old, upside down. You and I have the same problem, but I was on the bottom part of the spectrum and you're at the top. I was always thought of just a thing. I couldn't go into mainstream classes for 12 years. I couldn't take algebra. I did take algebra in summer school. They didn't care. I was autistic. In summer school, I could choose, and I took algebra in summer school. I didn't pass it, but I took it. But I took arithmetic, man. In 10th grade, I was still taking arithmetic. Come on. I can count. I'm pretty good at counting. Because that's what they do with people like me in those classes. We learn how to count by our fingers and toes, fingers and toes, fingers and toes. They won't even let us use a calculator. Fingers and toes, man, fingers and toes. An adult being taught that he's got to use his fingers and toes. Think about that. That's what they do with the people on the low end of the spectrum. Einstein, my God. You think he didn't give God any credit for nothing he did in life? And he didn't even know God. Come on. He had a double problem because he has dyslexia. My son has dyslexia. But he can read now. He's 50 years old. He can read now. Not really good, but he can read. He can write too, but he has to look carefully about what he writes. He's always had to explain himself to everybody, employers and everything else. I've had a tough life, but I could fight. I was a martial artist. I wasn't a black belt or nothing like that, but what I knew is what I knew. But more importantly, I was a warrior. I hated bullies. I can't stand a bully. I can't stand anybody that tells anybody else what to do. So just go figure out. This is the thing. I got to meet with you. You got the money to make it possible, or you can come see me. You want to see where I live, where I'm staying, how we live, the real world? Then come see me. Florence has got an airport. That's 25 miles away from here. You can afford an Uber, I'm sure, to come here to where I live. You don't have to come long, 10 minutes. But in 10 minutes, I guarantee you, you'll learn more in that 10 minutes than you have in your whole life. Because you're going to learn about God. And you're going to learn about the real God. Not theology, not a belief, not a theory. It's not a belief, it's fact. God can't hurt you or touch you because God is in you. He can't hurt himself. He can't kill himself. But you can't kill either. If God can't kill, then neither can this world. Nobody can kill. That's what we're here to change. That's what I'm here to change. I have to meet with you because you're part of a 9-person program. Each one of you is going to be asked to go all in. Go all in. Trust God. Trust God. You're not going to lose a dime. You're going to gain a 5,000-fold. You might as well say 5,000 times 75,000-fold. So you got 240 billion. Multiply that times 5,000. Then multiply that times 75,000. What do you got? This is say 4e to the 39. 39 zeros past the 4. How much money is that? You can't even give it a name. You say zillionaire, I don't even know what that fits. It's definitely not 39. That's probably half of what 39 is. So this what I'm saying is you need to come see me. You'll have the money. You'll never have to have money again. All you have to do is make the dreams come true. You'll have all the money in the world. You got enough money in combination to get everybody in this world halfway to becoming millionaires. That's enough. Everybody might not be a millionaire, but you can get everybody halfway there because between you and Jeff Bezos, you two together. But then you got a thing what they call blackmail or extortion between blackmail. If you can blackmail Jeff Bezos, you can blackmail all the billionaires. Larry Ellison, Warren Buffett, Satoshi Nakamoto. That's not the way to do it either. We need them together because we got something in common. Guess what we got in common? God. We got God in common. Just like you got fingers and toes, we all have fingers and toes. Or should have. But even if you didn't, you still have God. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We got to talk. Even if it's by phone. I'm not even sure what my phone number is yet. I just bought this phone. It doesn't. They haven't assigned me a phone number or activated it. I'm getting a Wi-Fi number now that I can't. I really don't want to put it on YouTube and have every idiot call me. I might. I'm just thinking about it. 843 800 9408. 843 800 9408. Call me. Elon, call me. I don't care if the world calls me right now. That's what I just told you. 843 800 9408. I don't care who you are or where you're at. Because maybe you can help me and buy God's coin or whatever. Or even donate. My God, you could donate. But you're not going to ever receive a donation from me. I mean, it'd be donated to me. Because I'll always give you God's coin. And I'll give you more God's coin than you gave me. And dang, much more. I'll multiply that times saying anybody that pays attention, even anybody's thumbs up is power. I don't have anybody that's recognized me. I got 2 wonderful, wonderful, wonderful books. They've been offered to put it MGM, Paramount Pictures. I forget. The 4 of the major movie makers have wanted to make movies of the books that were given to me that took place in Korea, and it involved China, and it involved North Korea and South Korea. I'm telling you, I have the story that God already gave me. This story. I'm really just fulfilling a story that I wrote a long time ago. Michael too. That one that Paramount wanted MGM and Universal Studios have already have wanted me to make a trailer and submit it. They're the ones that wrote me. Anyway, please I'm gonna put this on the YouTube, even with my phone number. I won't give you my daughter's address because that's engraving her privacy. But you can call on my phone. Call me. Do anything, but don't please don't ignore this. We're only a month away, less than a month away from November the 16th. Then it starts dropping $1,000 a day from 75,000. It drops down to 74, 73, 72, 71. Every day is $1,000 out of the potential. That's why it's $75,000 to start. That's what you're going to get multiplied. Anyway, I got to get it to you. Call me. If you can come see me, come see me. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes. You go to a lot of problems and a lot of expense. Like to be seen with the New York Times, Russ, whatever his name, Sevron, whatever. That costs you a lot more money than it comes to see me. And some of those questions that he asked you, you couldn't answer. The last one, he got personal and almost had you crying. That's the way he does. He gets you pissed off, and then he hits you in the thing to get you to be thinking like back to your childhood. You need some defense in those matters. Like in God, no, God's the one that you have to have, recognize for that help. To give him the answers. Don't let you trip you up. And like he's trying to talk about the advertising. That's exactly, advertising thinks they had the answer to everything. You control